Gonna say it, your problems are not my responsibility. If you want free healthcare, then maybe try working instead of like whining on TikTok about capitalism. My husband and I bust our butts every week and we pay our taxes, and somehow we're the bad guys because we don't want to bankroll everyone else's bad decisions.
So first off, I'd like to congratulate this woman and her husband on having jobs that pay her enough that she can get insurance. People love to say they don't want to pay for someone else's healthcare, but here's the thing, we already do. When someone without insurance ends up in the ER, hospitals are legally required to treat them, and that's a really expensive point of care. And when those bills go unpaid, then hospitals have to shift their cost to everyone else. So we have raised prices at hospitals, insurance companies raise their premiums. So whether you realize it or not, we're already paying. It's just a really inefficient way to do it and at a higher cost. And this idea that people who rely on publicly funded healthcare are lazy, it's just simply not true. 60% plus of adults on Medicaid are actually working. They're often in jobs that don't offer benefits or jobs that don't pay enough to afford private insurance. And the same goes for a lot of people who rely on marketplace subsidies or other public programs. They're contributing, but the system isn't built to support them. We're going to see more and more of that as we go into 2026 with such substantial increases in insurance premiums. It's not about laziness. It's about how we've tied healthcare access to employment in a way that leaves millions of working Americans behind. A more rational system wouldn't make you pay for someone else's care. It would make sure the money we're already spending actually keeps them healthy.
Brilliant. And I'll add my 2 cents to it. That first lady that was bragging and complaining about how hard they work and all that, that is the most traditional Republican talking point. These people would have everybody believe that they achieve everything without getting help somewhere along the way. Folks, that is just not true. It's not. Everybody gets help from somebody. And education doesn't necessarily equal you're going to get paid a wage that you can sustain your life, your necessities, and then have some to save. Doesn't equal that. That Republican talking point, pull your bootstraps up and tighten your belt, is bull jive. They would never tell you the secret steroid they're using to get over the top. Now, having said that, that woman said that she doesn't want her tax dollars going to healthcare. But she's okay with her tax dollars going to big business that blow it anyway, right? You're okay with them blowing your money on big business who oftentimes fail. They get their money, they get their upfront money socialized. And if it works, they capitalize on the gains. And if it doesn't work, oh, well, it was the people's money. You okay with that versus making sure that more people can have a healthy life and participate in the economy, which would increase the amount of money that's floating around. It would increase productivity. It would increase activity in the economy. So what you're really saying is you're educated dumb people. That's what you're really saying. You're really saying you guys are educated healthcare professionals that don't understand the economy. You don't understand how taxes work. You only understand and get angry when you see taxes coming out of your check, but never stop to think, if I'm paying taxes, what would be the best good for this tax money to help everybody so that America's a better place? You don't think about that? Your first impulse is go to Fox News talking point. They're lazy. They're not working. And mind you, the face of government assistance is Black people when the data clearly shows the people who really use it are the same folks that is your color, lady. So let that sink in. Think about it. I want you guys to post me your comments. Let me know what you think. Please be sure to follow me on YouTube at Politics of Being Black or Lamont Tyson. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram at Politics of Being Black in America. And you can follow me on TikTok at Life Gains One.